What's up? What's up? I can't hear you. I think your mic off.
Yeah, we live. Hold on a second.
Okay. What you went to Las Vegas this
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
You can hear
Yeah,
me, right?
we were live. Yeah,
Oh, my fault.
yeah. But yeah, we're live today. What is this? June 7th. Man, I had this year halfway over. Wow, just like that. Boy,
Already?
guess there's an alternative. But yeah, so appreciate everyone that's in here so far. We're in here to try to evaluate some properties and answer some questions. I figure what I'll do is to build the case with cashbuyers.ai, powered by Investor Base, and then just display it on Zillow and Zomps or whatever. So I had the this new little feature added to Zomps to show the percentage of ARV and average it out. So now you like really see what they're paying, right? Even more so. So it makes more sense once I get it going here. So but yeah, so we're here to answer your questions, and to answer your question, Tori. No, we was down and I went to the Miami, South Florida area,
Okay.
and
Okay.
met with got a chance to meet with uh my girl here, Stanetta, and her husband. This lady right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Some good
I'm
people.
trying I'm trying is this the one that did the deal? You said 164,000. That's the one that had the what is it called? The pre-foreclosure?
Yeah, that was the one to
Okay.
pre-foreclosed. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we met with I met with her a couple of days too. So
Okay,
but
great.
it was vacation, I guess you would say.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You gotta get some vacation time.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah, so yeah, I was down there for a few days.
Somebody's
But
asking where's my sister Adria?
she's here. We just didn't do the thing last night. Yeah, that was on me. But yeah, she's still good. She this is the daytime hour,
Of
so she
course.
has other stuff she needs to be doing
Mhm.
or whatever. So, but yeah, so we're gonna get into evaluating your properties, answering your questions, and obviously recommending some stuff to you that you can join us on. So I'm gonna try to get a video out today. I was gonna display it last night through the live stream, but I thought it'd be better just to do an actual video on giving another partnership opportunity and leveraging Zillow and all the information it has there and listings or whatever. And I guess I knew it, but I didn't know it. But they have a great number of for sale by owners listings there. I don't like stuff that's already advertised. So once you go through the process that I'm gonna show you, we're gonna get them to, if they play ball with us, they're gonna remove the ad anyway. So it will be off market, but it just makes it easier to target, land and multifamily, not really houses, but land and multifamily to because now they're warm leads because they want to sell, right?
Okay.
And so, just a day of doing that, we got one potential over in Georgia on a triplex or whatever. So I'm gonna give you guys the ammunition to do that, whether you want to work with us or not, to send some leads over or work your own lead, but I'm gonna give you enough to be dangerous to do it yourself. So enough money out here for everybody that at times over. So basically, you're going to be letting them know you're wholesaling. You're going to be trying to get them to do owner financing, and boom, if you can get somebody to do both of those for sure, it makes it a lot easier to move, assuming that you can get the right terms on a property based on what it has going on. So we got anything here yet?
Someone is saying it's taking me so long to find a distressed home. Kev Trillionaire said that.
Well, yeah, I'm going to sort of fix that with some other opportunities if I can get that video out today or whatever, or at least give you a different way of thinking about things. So, um, but yeah, but at the end of the day, Trev, it's all about activity, man. I don't know what sources you're using to generate leads, but you have to do a lot of them in most cases to get to the actual opportunity. So, but I could only you could answer that question on what you're doing to generate leads daily, which is very, very important.
Okay. Somebody on Instagram is saying, "What's good, Flip Man? I got off an off-market deal. I need analyze. Get the comps and offer ready. Could I get your opinion on it?"
Okay. But we can do it.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do
Why is it not? I'm trying to. Yeah, that's still live. Give me a second here. I'm trying to. Okay, there it is. Remove. Okay, so let's go back. All right, so let me share my screen. Well, let's do this. Give me the address.
He didn't put the address in there.
Something
in there.
Well, that ain't no good. All right, so what else we got then? Nobody else?
Not yet. Let me see. No.
Okay, man. Yeah, and I was trying to come up with a way to use ChatGPT to and I'm gonna have to play with it a little more to help you build a list of self-storage owners. I thought I came up with a cheap GPT, but it for some reason it doesn't provide the correct information, like the phone number, the address. For some reason, it's confusing itself on that, with the GPT version.
Did you include the database like a text file? Because it would need. I don't know what you're asking it to do, but it sounds like you're asking it to find property owners or something.
Well, yeah, I'm asking it to search the web, basically, right? To search the web, and so
yeah, ChatGPT does have some limitations when it comes to searching the internet because it only uses Bing.
Okay, I thought it could search Google too, but you don't search Bing. But
Just
Bing Maps works just as the same as Google Maps, though, right? As identifying like businesses and stuff, though, right?
Primarily,
yeah. So that I thought that would be a good source for it, but maybe I am wrong, and that doesn't exist. So, but yeah, so I'm trying to figure out a simple way. I know we got the outscraper. You can go to zonks.com to use that, but that may be a little too technical for some people, maybe, so, but yeah.
So people are having trouble with those instructions that you gave them about.
Yeah, and well, I say that. Yeah, I need to do a full-fledged video like I did for the Google Maps and Zonks. That's what I really need to do. Is knock that out and put that back in motion. I think that'll help a lot if I just did a full-fledged video. I'll probably just end up doing that instead of through these lives, because seems like these lives, the viewership, for whatever reason, way the algorithms work, it caps off our audiences, at least for my content. I say that about my content. Some other people, do well, but for my content. So,
someone is saying, Alexander Shell, in fact, asks, how do we go about checking out land deals?
How do you go about checking out land deals? You're going to have to be a little bit more He got to explain a little bit more for me. I'm not sure what he means by that. Checking out land deals. Does he mean evaluating land deals or what?
Okay, and then Mark Pierre did post an address, the front one from Instagram. That was asking about an off-market deal.
All right, what we got?
It is just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You gonna put it on the screen?
I'm a search it on what's the name first, and then
okay, it's 5108 Innesbrook, and I'll spell it INNESBROOK.
Orlando.
Yep.
Orlando. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So yeah. While I'm searching, there's a lot of activity. What's the name of the city?
Pierre. Mark Pierre.
Yeah, of course, Orlando is a heavily populated city. So let me go ahead and just add Zomps really quick. All right, and so I hate to be let me try to just make sure I do this fairly quickly. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm adding properties because Zillow doesn't want you to show. I'm sorry, YouTube doesn't want you to show individuals' phone numbers, even if they're supposed to be investors. I guess some of these people have their actual name attached to it, right? And so they don't want you to show that information. So I'm gonna do this in the background. Then I'm going to show you the numbers to evaluate this particular property. So if you'll bear with me, I know this is not great radio, as they would say, but great TV while I'm doing that. But I think you guys it'll be well worth it for you to wait on what I'm going to show you here. All right, so we got 3 of them. Let me get one more. Let me get a couple up here. See what they look like. All right, boom. All right, and boom. All right, so now I'll share my screen. So let me put this over here. Oh, why did I do that? Oh man. I'm trying to share my screen. I didn't start to record my screen. Okay. So let's see here. All right. Okay. So guys, so what I'm using here is I'm using Zomps. If you click the blue button here, you can get it. It's a Google Chrome extension. So you have to be on your desktop or laptop. Now, what I used in the background, I used, if you text the word, boss to 205-964-5243, it'll take you over to Investor Base here. That's what I actually used to build this up. But what I have here now, so, all right, so what I recently had added to Zomps was an average previous sold and average percentage of ARV, right? So you can see that down here in this column and then here in this column. All right. And why is that important? Because now we can see whenever we do the calculator, what they're willing to pay based on the ARV percentage for the investor. Okay. So now we just break it down here. So our property is a 1997. Everything in here is a lot older, which is fine. Cool. All right. So we'll keep all that in play. Ideally, you try to be on a 10-year window from maybe 2002 down to 1992, but everything is older, so we can work with that. All right. So next, we look at the square footage. As you can see, these square footages are all over the place. The average is around 1193, but ours is 1435, which is bigger than a couple of them, and some of them are smaller than ours. Okay. All right. So now we get over here to our average price per square foot, it says 224 right here. And why is that important? Because now it takes in consideration what properties have sold for based on their square footage, and they're different. So the way you adjust for that is you come up with a price per square foot, and how that's arrived. There's 205 price per square foot. You take the price that it's sold for, divided by the square footage, and that gives you 205. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is two things. Like this one up here, this property actually sold for less than what they bought it for. So we're gonna automatically remove that one. Okay. Okay, so now we have one down here. They got it so cheap. That's not normal, right? They got this property, they bought it at 55,000 and sold it for 280, killed it and crushed it. So they got it at 19% of ARV, right? So we're going to eliminate that one also. That's because that doesn't give us a true snapshot. But as you can look here, these are all close to each other. We have 60%, 65%, 68%. So that averages out to about 64%. So we got a high, low, and we got a middle. So right around that 65 in reality. So really that will probably be 65% if we rounded that up. Now it also tells us what they're willing to pay for these properties. Looks like around 207 is an average based on these numbers here. We got one really low at 157. And then we got one here, 250, one 215. So sort of balances out also. So we're at an average of around 207. Now that the ARV is determined by taking the average price per square foot and multiplying it times our square footage, which is 354. So now that gives us that 354, but we know our average percentage of ARV is 65%. Why is that important? Because we normally would do a standard of 70%. So that means we would probably be overpaying. So we'll slide this down to 65%, right? And hit apply. Okay, so now it just boils down to, is this property livable or not livable? Okay, so which he didn't say. So we'll just run the numbers livable. You can go back and run them not livable. You can change it here or here. We normally go, if the property is livable, to determine repairs. We multiply that times $25. If it's not livable, $40. All right, the other thing, so it's automatically going to figure out our repairs here. We have our suggested ARV. We change the investment percentage. On average is around 65%. And then we have our what you're going to make on the deal. Normally we take 10% of the ARVs, which will be around 35,000. So we'll just do 35,000. So if I hit apply, so it looks like based on your property and the square footage, in order for you to accomplish that $35,000 price, you need to be around 159, basically around 160, and sell it back for 195. Guess what? This is close to this average previous sold, basically what they're willing to pay. So you actually have a little bit more room, or it's close to it. So we're right where we need to be. So offer should be around 160 if you're trying to accomplish 35. Now you say, hey, I'm good with 10,000, Tyrone. So if you want to do that, hit apply. Then so now you could be around 185, sell it back around 195 or so. So boom, there you go. But I think by adding that percentage of ARV, that tells a lot, right? And being able to see what the average previous sold price was, that tells a lot also, because we try to use as much data as possible to make an informed decision so we'll know what to offer. But that's by combining a couple of tools, we're able to do that and give you a real snapshot of what's going on. That makes sense, Mr. Wallace?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Especially when you got back to that number of that less than that average previous sold.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Alexander Shell that was asking about land deals is followed up with that, saying that finding land deals, would that be through Zillow/Zomps?
Well, actually, yeah, that video that I'm going to try to put together today, I'm trying to get it out today, is going to show you how to do that. With using Zillow. for sure. So be on the lookout for it. That's why it's important to be on the text list at the 205-964-5243 or part of one of the or part of the Telegram group, which if you text the word push to I forgot. Yeah. Have you ever seen when I have that up there? If I'm trying to display, just tell me to take it down.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I was about to say it, but you was right in the middle of explaining that deal, and I just
my bad. Yeah, tell me to take it down. My bad.
Yeah. Okay. Our Tyrone Lewis posted an address, didn't put anything other than the address, but I'm assuming he wants to get it comped.
Okay, so let me clear this up here.
Yeah, because it kind of blocks the
Zillow. The screen. Yeah, my bad.
You're good.
All right, so what's the address?
It is 1910 64th Avenue, and that's in Oakland.
Oaktown. So another densely populated area. So just give me a second here to build the case using investor base. And I didn't mention on that. So that was in Orlando. It had a ton of buyers. I don't remember what the results were. You had a ton of buyers that you could access. It'll be the same thing here, along with their contact information in Oakland also. So all you have to do is just text the word boss to 205-964-5243. Text the word boss. Now, this is a listed property, right? So they're asking $475 for it. It's getting about 90, which I'll show you in a second, but it's getting around 93 views per day, 5% save rate, not bad. Been on the market 14 days. All right, now I'm not going to comp this, right? Because on something like this, I have to ask the question first. Do you already have buyers that will buy stuff that's listed? Mm-hmm. That's I'm not even going to go any further than that until he answers that. If you don't, we're wasting time.
All right.
Because a lot of buyers not going. You didn't find anything that they couldn't have found themselves there. Because this is the warm leads get.
Yeah,
I want to keep
like you say. You always say that they're going to Google the address, so they're
going to Google the address. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And then now that agent's contact information there, they call them like, "What is this? You know, you're trying to sell it for this amount. I see it for this amount. Blah blah blah, or whatever." I'm not saying it can't be done, but I'm trying to stress to you guys. I know you want to go what appears to be low hanging fruit, but if you don't have it set up properly from the beginning, then it's you're wasting your time. You'll get discouraged right out of the business. Do you have buyers already ready to go that will buy stuff that's already on the internet that they can easily find themselves? That's because it's already for sale.
Okay. Valerie is asking, she said, much respect. Do you have info on dividing lots?
On dividing lots, well, not more so I have info, but that process is going to depend on, number one, what type of lot it is, what municipality governs it, whether it's county or city. Sometimes that's not an option or whatever to divide a lot. It's already at its minimum or whatever. So, the simple thing to do when you find a piece of property, you call a zoning or land use or whatever it may be called, a permitting for whatever that market that governs that particular land or parcel, and ask them, number one, can this lot be subdivided and what's the process? So there's just no way for me to answer that because they're gonna just do it differently depending on where it is. But you just start at the government level to see what's that process and what's needed to subdivide.
And I wanted to respond to Tyrone, the previous person that put the address. I think the question is, do you have buyers for the address before we comp it?
Maybe I need to be a little bit more clear on that. Okay, so that's something already for sale. We're in a wholesale position now. Well, let me be clear. Now, if you're trying to buy the property yourself, then that's a different ball game. Okay, yeah, I'll go through it and tell you what I think about it. But if you're trying to wholesale it, which most of my content is about that, and you don't have established relationships with buyers, what I call lazy buyers, that are okay with you bringing them something that's listed on the internet for sale already. If you don't have that, we're wasting time.
Yeah, well, he's saying yes. I guess, are we assuming that he has
Yes
volume?
to what? Yes to what?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah, he needs to say yes to. He needs to be yes to what?
All right. The next one is Vanessa Ryans. Hello, I have a property in Vanessa provides the address, so I'll give you the address. This is
Okay.
Duncanville, Alabama.
Okay. What's the address?
It's a 10996 Monticello Drive.
How you spell that?
Monticcello.
Duncanville. Duncanville, I think that's close to
Alabama.
Tuscaloosa, I think. Duncanville. I'm not pulling anything on that address. 10996.
996.
Is this land or a house or what?
It says a property. So let me see. When I pull it.
Let me see.
Okay. I just put it up on Google.
I saw it. Let me see. I'm pulling it up here.
Okay. Look like a small house, but it look like a house.
Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Where's the link? So okay. Yeah, I see it here. Okay. Looks like it's two different lots. Where is this? Okay. Let me see. Yeah, I thought it was not far from Tuscaloosa. Yeah. Okay. Let me see here. I'm showing it has a different address, like Bear Creek Road.
Oh, you on land ID, bro?
Yeah. Is the person's last name, the owner, starts with an M? If she can answer that, because I don't know if I'm pulling up the right property or not. We'll come back to that one. We'll come back.
All right.
Yeah.
So Vanessa, we want to know if the seller's last name starts with an M.
Mm-hmm.
So answer that. And Tyrone Lewis has replied that yes, I have buyers for that property previously.
Okay. All right. Well, what's the address again?
Okay. His property address was 1910 64th Avenue. That was in Oakland.
It was 64th Avenue. That's a different one.
Archer.
He gave a different one before. No, I didn't. My bad. That is right. My bad.
Confused. I was like,
yeah, no. That's right.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, let's add that. Okay. All right. So yeah. So this Oakland. So you're gonna have a ton of activity in here. So let's see what we got. Let me build a case here real quick.
All right.
Looks like they're asking for a price already, but we'll see. Yeah.
And while we're waiting, if you would, if you're on here, whether you're on Instagram or YouTube, whatever the case may be, Facebook, like, share, subscribe. It helps the channel out. We really appreciate that.
Most definitely. All right. So let me share my screen. All right. And okay. So here we go right here, right? Okay, your property is a 1924. So all of these are in play. They're either maybe a year older or newer or they're older. All right. So square footage, not really anything crazy in here. So let's throw out the outliers. Somebody got one at 49%. That's an outlier. 49% of ARV is what I mean. Got a 70% in here, 59, 64, 70. All right, so I think I could throw out this 59. They got a really good deal on that one, I think. So I think the average is around this 68% right here of ARV. The average previous sold is 388. All right. And so now your square footage, we got to take that. And so your ARV is around 660. Okay. So, all right. So lose a little bit on materials out there. So we'll raise this to 30 for livable on this. And well, before I do that, let me just look at it again. Let's look at some photos. All right. So, this house is in, definitely livable. Needs some work, but,
Yeah, it needs
all
some
right.
work.
All right, cool. All right. So, where are we? All right. So we said we're going to raise this to maybe 30. All right. Hit apply. So the repairs around 35,000, something like this. 10% of that would be 66,000. So we'll just say 65,000 for even numbers. And we said the ARV percentage was around 68%. So we'll hit that. All right. So really we could have said 7. It wouldn't have made no difference. So now they're asking 475, right? So you need to be around 350 or less to turn around and sell it maybe for 413. See, offers are free, but you're asking them to take $125,000 haircut. I'm not sure why you target this particular property, but that's the purpose of the calculators, to be able to see. Again, you can make the offer,
Right.
but normally going to be wasting your time on something like this because you need to be 350 or less to make money or whatever. Now you can pay more. You can, as you can see, you could probably go up to easily. It says the average over here is around 388 is what they're willing to pay. Just the average, but your numbers on this particular property, you could probably go up to a little over 4 for sure. So if you want to move this number up and say, hey, Ty, I'd be good with 10,000 if I can make it. So let's run it on 10. So now you can pay basically 400 for it, right? So now they only have to discount 75 for you to be able to maybe sell it at 415 or whatever. So if you got buyers, that'll pull the trigger on something like this. So.
Right.
But yeah, there you go.
All right. Okay. Romy Rome asks, what's going on with everybody? When wholesaling virtually, how do I handle having boots on the ground?
Just using the power of networking. You can join my Facebook group by texting the word group to 205-964-5243. And you can partner with other wholesalers. You may be able to get a realtor to work with you on that level. Maybe even a friend or family member, but power networking. Now, that's with houses. Now with land, you won't have to have that in most cases, boots on the ground, because the door is always open on land in most cases, unless the owner lives right next door to it. or live on that property. But a lot of cases, the owner may live in the same area or maybe the same city, but they're not there sitting out front of the rocking chair watching it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you could literally send people by there, and the buyer and the seller may never meet before, you know, the deal happens. So, you know, before, you know, paperwork is in place. So let me just say that. So there you go.
All right. The Southern Charm Kit Style asks, what do you use to locate the property owner? You've probably said this 1,000 times.
Say, what do I use to locate the property owner?
Yes.
Now, you can use now we use I think you still can text. If you text PF, it's forced to stand for pre-foreclosure, but it's also going to take you to the same tool. But we use PropStream a lot. I'm an affiliate of that. I think you still should be able to text tool. If you text the word tool, let me make sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if you text the word tool, it'll take you there also without an S. Tool. You wouldn't believe how many people text over tools.
Tools.
Yeah, but or you just text over PF, or I think it's PF. Let me see. Let me make sure. That'll take you to the link. Let me see. Yeah, it'll take you over to the pre-foreclosure site, preforeclosure.ai, and that'll take you, I think, let me make sure here. Yeah. Well, it ain't acting right, but yeah, that'll take you where you need to go. And that'll help you identify. It'll do a lot more, but it'll help you identify owners.
Tyrone was saying thanks for going over that, and he also said got it under contract. But I'm curious what he has on the
what you got under contract for?
Yeah, under contract for.
Mm-hmm.
Molo is asking, is properties that are burnt still an option?
Burnt
houses.
Okay. Yeah, most definitely.
Yes.
The numbers have to work. Hopefully it's not burned either or. If it's burned so bad that it can't be renovated, then it's a lot play, it's an infill lot play in most cases. So now it boils down to, number one, how cheap you can get it, and would a new construction be justified in that area? Because sometimes a new construction may exceed what houses are selling for drastically, and it just won't make sense for someone to invest that type of money in an area like that. So, yep.
That's what I see right now, Ty.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to put that video together later on. Be able to tackle some warm leads for sale by owners online. Just going to take the approach that you're going to basically, which I'll provide a script on what to say. Hopefully everybody won't say the same thing. You just say the same general thing. I'm stressing that now, and I'll stress it in the video. But basically, you're basically letting them know that you're wholesaling without actually using wholesaling as the term. You're just explaining what your role is. The other thing is, hopefully you can get them to owner finance the property, because that makes it easier for you to move it in most cases, and you don't have to get it as deeply cheap. You'll go for getting a great price first, but then next you'll go for owner financing. Or I'm sorry, you'll actually probably offer the owner financing first, and then, if that doesn't work, the best price you can get on it, and hopefully the numbers will work based on what's going on there. So.
And did you mention something about that it would get them to take the property offline?
Yeah, that needs to be part of the process. That whenever you jump the first hurdle, they want to work with you under your terms of you're going to locate a buyer for it through your investor network, right? And then you'll go. Then once you get to the contract process, just let them know that, hey, in order for us to be able to properly market this, because they don't like stuff that's already advertised, because we have no value if that happens. Then you put it in front of them. So you just being totally, what it is or whatever. So again, they don't want to play ball. Just too many opportunities and people adding listings every day, literally.
Alexander Shell asks, and if we want to JV with you, what is the text code, or was that what you sent in the email?
Well, yeah, you want to partner. Let me just say this before I throw my email address up here. A lot of you already have it, but number one, you need to be dealing directly with the owner. All right. Number two, even though the video that I'm going to put out is sort of going to conflict there, but your goal is to get it off. It may start out off market. The goal is to get it off market. So dealing with a real estate agent, they're going to laugh in your face, but dealing with the owner, they'll be more open to that if they were advertising. But it needs to be off market. So I don't have to go through that, but it needs to be off market. And my definition of off market is not advertised anywhere on the internet or social media, email. If you didn't know, social media in email or the internet. And then it needs to be a deal or whatever. So with all of that being said, you can email me. You can email me what you have. Where are you, Scooby-Doo? Right here. So boom, just email me right there. Ty@dealyoulater.com. Deal you later.
And Tyrone did respond. He actually has a great deal. He has under contract for $370K.
Okay, yeah. Okay, it'd be nice if they took it. Well, if you got buyers that don't care about it being listed, then yeah, well, that's good. So that was what was they were listing it for $475.
Right.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah,
that's a great deal.
Mm-hmm.
Molo was. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, he don't need to be calling us. He need to be calling them.
Right. With them numbers. It would be awesome if you were able to have a 30-minute live on a Saturday or a Sunday, remote work from home, and one of had 100% attention. I don't follow what the person is saying.
Yeah, they may want to rewrite that. Now, I hadn't said it, but I put the scroller there. But if you want to watch me go through the process of putting commercial real estate deals together, there's an option for that. You can basically shadow me, peek over my shoulder. You can text the word SPY, SPY to 205-964-5243. So that's definitely an option also.
Boom. Let's see. Yeah, that was the last one that I see. Yeah,
that you see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so these tools are out here to help you guys. Mm-hmm. Some are paid, some are not. Now with the video I'm gonna put together later on, again, hopefully today, if I don't get too into some other stuff too bad, but it should be a pretty short video, so it's just may take me longer to edit it than to record it. Well, that's the normal way it works anyway. To get it edited. Matter of fact, dude just reached out to me today saying I need to.
But you're saying this is going to position the phone call a little bit different when you're wholesaling.
Talking about when you talk to the owners,
right?
Yeah. Whenever you talk to the owners, yeah, it's going to be just conversation going to be different, but they want to sell, so it's not a cold call. Number one, right? So, like, I can give you an example since we in between.
Okay.
We in between or whatever. So,
right, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the one for a multifamily, but all of them are going to start out like this. So basically, hello, I'm calling about your property at 123 Main Street. it is still available. Yes. If they say yes, I say, okay, great. I have a good problem I think your property can help me solve. My problem is I have more eager investors ready to buy than properties I have to offer them, and your property caught our eye as a potential match. Would you be open to letting me show your property to my network of investors? You won't have to pay me anything. My investors will cover my fee. All right. If they say yes, then you already have a lot of information about the property. And this is, I'm talking about the multifamily situation. You already have a lot of information about the properties. So you'll just basically just be verifying. So I might as well show my screen since we're in between something. So let me just show you guys, give you a preview of what I'm gonna be talking about here. So again, you need to have Zomps with this. Now, you can probably do it on your phone or whatever without having Zomps, but it just makes it a lot easier. Again, you go to Zomps.com, select the blue button here, and then hit add to Chrome. I already have it added, so it'll look a little different, but it's simple as possible. So like we have this city here. So we're in Oakland, California. So I'm just going to click in the map. So the first thing you want to do is go up here to more and reset the filters. And once I reset the filters, I'll zoom out. Okay. So, and then down here, the bottom right, if I hit this little folded, I don't know what it is.
A map.
Yeah. Folded map. So now it opens everything up. Right. And so what is that? Okay. And so if I zoom out, as you see, it starts to just light up like a Christmas tree. Now I'm in California now. So if I want to select a particular state, once you zoom out a certain amount, it'll start to highlight the states, right? So if I wanted to just go back and we'll do Arizona. Okay, so now it's showing all types of properties there. So if I go on the home type and deselect and then select multifamily, hit apply. Then I go back to more and then select by owner. I'm going to deselect everything else here except owner, then hit apply. So it's 16 multifamily properties in this market, right? In this state, right? Okay. So if I click on one of these, open it up. So boom, it's going to tell you a little information. You always want to read the notes here. What they got going on. It's an 8-unit investment opportunity with excellent cash flow, blah, blah, blah. Now, you may want to read through this, but what I would normally do is something like this. I'll take this and copy it, go over here to Chat GPT, right? And then hit summarize in bullets. Right, and I'll just paste that in there. And so now what Chat do will just break it all down for me, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now it makes sense. They got it all jumbled up here. So that lets you know it's an owner because he ain't got no form or nothing on it, trying to make it look, easy to read. So it's 8-unit investment opportunity, 7 1-bedroom, 1-bath units, 1 2-bedroom, 1-bath, located in the town with cooler summers and mild winters, plenty of outdoor activities, hiking, all that stuff, close to Main Street. Information deemed reliable, but not guaranteed. Buyer to verify all. Serious inquiries only. Do not bother tenants. Priced at $599 for sale by owner, conventional loan or cash. Seller financing possible under certain terms with a minimum of $699 and a strong down payment. I guess they mean the $699 credit score, so that probably wouldn't work for what we're trying to do. Emphasis on serious inquiries only. All right, so that would be that property there. Now, so what you can do is you can add it to Zomps. So I go over here, we're blank. So I go here, add it to Zomps, so I can add more of these. So if I take the Zomps tool and I can do 10 at a time. So if I go here and just draw a circle here in this area, hit apply. So Zomps will do the automatic loading for us, to try to speed up your process of building your list. So it's 8 of these on here. One of them should have already been added. All right. So once you're done, you'll get the little notification up here at the top. Boom, go back over here to the little key. And so there's your list. But also over here at the end, You have the contact phone number. So these people want to sell. So this is not a cold call, right? So that's where this script that I have right here, that's where it makes more sense, right? So, boom. So it's just a numbers game at that point. So if I go back here and just zoom out, let me remove this, hit cancel. So that was just in the state of Arizona. So you move all over the country, look, just anywhere, So we're up in Indiana. Look, if you go here, zoom out just enough where you can see the different states highlight, click on it, it'll automatically create a boundary around that state. If you go back up here to more, it tells you how many are in that state. It's 29. If we want to go over here, let me zoom out a little more. What is this? Ohio. All right. It shows you that's 39. Okay. We want to go to Pennsylvania. Let me zoom out a little bit to a little highlight, hit Pennsylvania. Boom. I don't know if that square. And okay, interesting. I learned something today. It's 53, right? Okay. We want to do a little more. So let's go down here. Let me zoom out a little more. So I guess this is the District of Columbia, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, it's 7 of them, right? And these will always be changing because people are adding and removing properties, right? So, and this is just for multifamily. So we go down here. We'll just say, I guess we can do North Carolina. Let me zoom out a little more. So that's North Carolina. So boom, how many? So we got 12 there. Okay. So you can just continuously build those lists. So once you have a list that you just want to do it state by state, which is what I'm having my VA do. Just go here under action, select all, hit apply, then go back to action again, double click it, hit export, and boom, you save it to wherever, and then you can open up in your desktop or, and then, manage it however you want. Or you can just do it from here. It doesn't matter. You can make your phone calls from here. It's up to you. It just may be easier to manage. I guess I'll just go ahead and show you that.
How to download it.
Yeah, how to download it. So so once you download it, and then, because even if you don't have Excel, you have Google Sheets. If you have a Gmail account, you automatically have that. So what was that? AZ, Zillow, Fizbo. All right, and so boom. So now if I go back to go to your Google account, if you logged in, and you go here under the little hamburger and go find Google Sheets. So I select Sheets, hit the little folder over here to the right here, upload, select that, and then I can go here. Now I'm using a Mac, so it's a little different. So I go here and I can just drag this down here if I want, and voila, there's my list. The phone numbers are at the end here, but voila, there you go. So you still have the link there if you want to go back to the property to reference what you were looking at, just to be able to track it to see if it's still live or not. But it has all the same data that we had right here on Zomps, all the same information. But now it's just in a sheet that you can easily manage everything from. So, but yeah, so as you can see, the world is yours, at least the United States. So you can zoom all around the country. We can go down here to Louisiana. What we got? So we got a few here. Got 10 in Louisiana. And then we can do the same thing for land. So I'm gonna switch off this. I'm gonna remove multifamily and change it over to lots and land. So boom. So let's just stay in Louisiana, see how many we have. Let me zoom out. Boom, select it. So that covers the entire state of Louisiana. Look how many, 47. These are 47 people want to sell. You just need to get them to play ball. But it's no different when you cold calling. But you got another layer there with cold calling, because now you got to worry about the phone numbers right. These phone numbers should be right. There's probably some errors in here somewhere. The next layer, do you even have the right person with that phone number? Next layer, do they even want to talk to you? Next layer, do they even want to sell? So with these, you eliminate all that. The only layer that you have to worry about initially, are they going to want to work the way you want it to work? Meaning, hey, I'm not buying your property. Are you okay with me showing it to my network of investors? All right. Next, do they want to owner finance? Not a deal breaker, but if they don't want to owner finance, at what price will get a deal done? So now, I didn't even look at some of these other states. So let's look at Texas. Let's see here. It's probably a ridiculous number here. At least over 100, I would assume. Yeah, so Texas like 177. If we go ahead to Cali, boom. We have 167. Okay. So, you just zoom around. What we got in we tried New Mexico. Somebody said do stuff in Mexico. No, it doesn't do anything down there, my friend. We got 30. These are lots of lands. There's 35 in New Mexico. What we got? So Utah. What we got there? Got a little activity there. Got 27 there. So this just could be constant. Got the entire country. So this doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't cost you anything. You got the tool to do it with. You'll have the script to do it with. Now, to fill in the holes where you have a deal that you don't want to deal with us, that's fine. I put this out there for two reasons. Just to help. Don't have to make a dime on it. Or you want to partner with and we both make money. So anyway, but I'm going to have a more detailed video on it later, hopefully today or whatever. So your thoughts, Mr. Wallace?
Oh, I think that's very easily to understand. Alexander was saying that, no, what was it? Somebody was saying that I'm going to need the video. Makes sense. I have to follow step by step.
I get it. I know I was zooming around, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, yeah. Because I think the premise is that the multifamily, the numbers are a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Number one, right? And then you can go all over the country.
Yeah. Well, you could do the same thing with houses. It's going to be more houses combined with lots of land combined won't be the number of houses with the same situation. Right. But with houses, if I'm going to have to worry about people living there and showing the property, I'd rather do it at bigger numbers with multifamily because you can pay more because it is an income producing property. And with land, it's just different, just totally different. And
you don't have to go out there. And,
you don't have to have boots on the ground in a lot of times. So, so those are the trade-offs there. So, or whatever. But yeah, so
I think you've just gotten to a point with the houses is that that you can make bigger numbers with less headache with these commercial properties.
Well, yeah, and technically, some of these won't be commercial, the multifamily, because it has to be 5 units or more, right? Like I think that one that we did look at in Arizona, it was 7 units, so that would be technically a commercial property. It was 7 1-1s and 1 2-1. So,
but multifamily as opposed to houses.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Yeah. Let me say somebody on Instagram. I didn't want to miss them because. The person asks, do you still provide a POF letter?
It's not me. It's just a company. I just refer. I don't make any money on that one. If you go to, if you text POF to 205-964-5243, it'll provide that for you. Or if you go to POF.com, I'm sorry. Damn, that would be a good or realpof.com.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I do have that. Proofoffunds.ai is what it is. But if you text POF to 205-964-5243, it'll provide that for you. So.
And Curtis Young asks, what do you say if they ask you who your investors are?
Oh, well, technically, a couple of ways of going about that, right? Now, for me, it's just gonna be different for me. But like, who when he says who are they? Well, I know what they're asking. Like, well, I'm networked with individuals that have been doing this over 20 years. So their number of investors is in the thousands. So I don't personally know them. We just have a private network where we share opportunities.
Okay. Everybody's asking about you going ahead and doing that video today.
Yeah,
Everybody said thanks, need that video. Miss Sun said, I write my own notes. Great note taking will help. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I think this is very informative. So you're saying you just added this to Zomps?
No. What I'm showing you on Zomps is been available.
Okay.
It could have been done. It's just, I meet people all the time just for any type of different, and I may not do exactly what they're doing, but it gives me an idea to leverage some of the things that I'm doing and just putting it together. And so this basically just come about in the last 3 or 4 days. I'm like, man, we could do it this way. We know most people are not going to want to do this, right? And I mean, like the sellers, but enough of them will, because we have hundreds at any time that you can target, right? And anywhere in the country. It just has to make sense based on where it is, condition, all that stuff still just going to play a role in it, right? So obviously the larger the market, the more opportunities, but you see it I ain't gonna say it doesn't matter, but just going to depend on the deal or whatever. So.
And another question that came up when you was going through that demo is that, let's say somebody is talking about your credit score and, as far as owner financing, you just move on.
Just move on. That you might well go to a bank.
Yeah.
You might well go to a bank. If credit is going to matter, we might well go to a bank.
Yeah.
That's the whole purpose. One of the main reasons why owner finances is attractive is avoiding the bank process. Do you have the down payment? Do we agree on terms? That's it.
Right. Well, that's a bank. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, but the bank don't make you, it's just a lot of hoops or whatever. So.
Right. But I know what you're saying. When you're talking directly to you, we making a deal, you and I.
Yeah, you and I. So.
All right.
You don't have to get into the terms part of it. They just need to be okay with the terms. Okay, so like in the script, whenever you get to that portion of it, where it's basically at the end though, is that it says that the way you pose the question to them, after you ask them why are they selling or whatever, you say, I assume you love. Now this is for multifamily. I assume you love monthly cash flow, but hate landlording or landlord headaches. What if you could enjoy the cash flow and get paid like a bank instead? So you basically let them know, hey, obviously you got into the rental business to create cash flow, but for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure it may have something to do with it. You hate the landlording part of it. But what if you could act like a bank where they don't have to worry about the landlording part of it? They just collect the cash flow on it. So you don't have to, none of this stuff, I don't want you reading. You just need to understand what you're saying, right? And you just need to understand what you're saying. Please do not read. Read it until you can just say it like it's your original, however you want to say it. I'm just giving you a foundation. Some of you all will come up with a better way of saying this. I'm just giving you the way I think about it. You see what the purpose of it is. You just, what I'm saying? Don't read. Read it until you understand it so you can just say it through a conversation.
Like what the goal is.
Yeah, well, you know what the goal is. Yeah, exactly.
Use the wording that you use,
Yeah. In your language. Just like we were speaking this language, you translated it in your language.
Right.
Yeah. You see the caption up there, but you translating it in your language. So.
Right. Edward Thames is saying, hey, Ty, say if I have a residential, retail, commercial building, I wanted to target to potentially partner with you, would you be able to provide contract info, or do we need to skip trace myself, or just can I send it over?
What do you say? Contact information?
He has contact info.
Yeah, he says a retail building.
Right, residential, retail, commercial building.
What does he mean? Like, I guess mixed use, maybe
Mixed use. That's what it
top
sounds
at the
like.
top, maybe.
Yeah, because I know your goal is to try to figure out what is the building for, so in order to find buyers.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be worth a look. You know, I wouldn't say no. That's really not my lane or whatever, but it'd be worth a look.
Miss Sun Diamond saying to cut out the bank, or are there any loan shark independent agents dealing with the real estate business?
Not sure I understand.
I'm not sure what that means.
I'm not. Please, if you could explain.
Maybe she was responding to what you were saying about cutting the bank out when you're dealing with these sellers, as far as owner financing. Maybe that's what she's talking about. And Edward is saying it's a mixed-use, multifamily commercial building.
Is it rented? Is it producing income? It makes it, can make it either, always, but.
I'm wondering, if it's a multifamily too?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he did say residential. He did say that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it got maybe have a store on one side.
Well, sometimes it's like store at the bottom and the what's the name at the top, or it could be what you talk about on one side. But normally it's multiple levels, and the residential part of it at the top normally. So
that makes sense.
They got I guess that's downtown Birmingham. Downtown Birmingham, they have a Publix at the bottom and apartments at the top, or whatever. Grocery store.
Dave Darton says, "Hey Ty, I know you don't recommend, but for example, if a person decides to partner with a realtor on a deal, can you explain the assignment fee? Because I heard a realtor can't pay a wholesaler, and that's against the law. Is that true or not?"
Well, you should be paying the realtor. I don't know what role are you paying in the deal? Are you on the buyer side of it, or the seller side of it? If you're on the buyer side of it, it's if a realtor's bringing a buyer to the table to your deal, then you would pay the realtor. On the seller side of it, I'm not sure if a realtor has a listing. I'm not sure how that would work in that sense, where you would have to be the buyer, and the agent would get they still get paid from both, depending on the state. Maybe I'm not understanding your question.
Do you recommend dealing with realtors?
If you know what you're doing, just that simple. Just know what you're doing, know who you're dealing with, because they a lot of times don't know what they're doing when it comes to investing, and they might not understand some things, and can be very, very discouraging, and have no clue what they're talking about, but sound like know what they're talking about.
And they is saying, okay, yes, the realtor is bringing the buyer.
Yeah, no, that you will pay them. If that's part of the deal,
Part of the deal. Miss Sundimer is saying, correct. Loan sharks are usually business investors who lend money, right, to an individual, etc., for double the money. My comment goes toward Ty saying cutting out the bank.
Well, no, we don't mean it in loan sharks, or we call it loan sharks is more of a negative term, money. Like some illegal. But you mean like hard money or private lending is a more proper term. But no, we're not even talking about that. We're talking about owner financing, where the seller is holding the note. They're acting as the bank. You make the monthly payments to the seller for whatever price that you all agreed upon, for the number of payments it takes to cover that, or whatever those terms are. Now that's something different, but not a loan shark. That wouldn't be a proper term you want to use in any legitimate business. That means illegal activity. Normally, they normally call it private lending or hard money lending.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so Molo responded again about that on the weekend. I guess what he's saying is that he's working from home during the week, so he can't give his full attention, and he wish it was a live show on the weekend. So I understand what he's saying.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you can watch this a replay. You know what I'm saying?
watch the replay.
Yeah, it goes into replay mode immediately. So you can watch it anytime.
Right.
Yeah.
Edward responded again and said, yes, it's rented and producing income, this mixed property. And there are multiple other newly built similar buildings right down the street, which this spot has the same potential.
So is the owner selling it? If so, what's the price?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Yeah.
And on Instagram, knowledge is key. Bless you. Asks, do you teach new wholesalers or not?
Maybe this is your first introduction to my content, but if you go to YouTube, if you live on my Instagram, but if you go to YouTube, you'll see my YouTube channel. I've been putting out content since August of 2008. It's over, if you include the YouTube shorts, approaching 2,000 videos, just normal videos, and some of the live streams over 1,000. Not that you got to watch all of them, but to answer your question, everything anyone wants to know about wholesaling, especially houses, is really right there on my YouTube channel for free. Now, I do have some paid stuff or whatever, but I try to make sure. The worst thing I hate, and I hate to use the word hate, but that's the only way I can explain it. When people say, when they maybe buy something from me and say, I went to YouTube and I saw this same stuff on. I said, that means you didn't do your homework before you spent your money, because I make it clear that I give it all away for free. It's just the courses speed up the process because they're supposed to be in order, whereas the videos are not in any certain order, right? Now, I do have a playlist that I did select some videos to try to help, get rid of the confusion because they're not in any certain order. You text VIP to 205-964-5243. That video, that list of videos is more of an order that, I hadn't updated it recently, but it still goes in a pretty good flow of what you need to know or whatever. But to answer their question on newbies, that's basically how I approach most of my content is for someone that has no money and they're brand new to this. That's normally my mindset whenever I create, content or whatever. So,
and definitely welcome. Knowledge is the key to the live.
Yeah. What's happening?
Miss Sun Diamond asks, I have a picture of a property that has been sitting for at least 8 years that has no visible address. How would I go about finding the address to this property?
Well, if this is something that you're local to, if you have an Android, if you have I know with an iPhone, you sit right in the front of the address and say, Siri, what's my location? Give you the address. Well, how would that work on Android?
I have no idea because I didn't know Apple did that. That's pretty nice. But I haven't tried that before. I'll try it.
Don't Google have an assistant? I mean, Android has
an assistant. It does, but I don't use it.
Okay, yeah. So, but yeah, you normally use one of those assistants and just say, "Hey, what's my location?" It'll tell you that. And so, and the other thing is, if this is a house, then if there are houses around it, what's the address on the left? What's the address on the right? What's across the street? You should be able to figure it out or whatever. So, if I'm understanding the type of property, it doesn't matter. Just if there's an address around it, you should be able to determine what that address is.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it doesn't do it. In fact, Edward is saying that you just say, "Hey, Google," and it'll do it and tell you the address.
There you go.
That does work. And Miss Sondheim said, telling me to stay off the Android. No, I'm Android. Ty is iPhone, but I'm keeping my Android. But Edward is asking, I was asking if I wanted to partner with you, could you provide the owner info, or do I need to skip trace it myself?
Oh no, if you send me over the address, I'll see if I can pull it up. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been rolling on it. Some good questions.
Oh yeah, great questions today.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to work on this video, get it out here today, if I don't get tied into the real stuff. Well, all of it's real, but you know what I mean.
Oh, that's real.
Yeah,
on, man.
so yeah, so yeah, if you want to spy on me or to shadow me on the commercial side of it, you can see some stuff in real action from beginning to end on some deals. You know, it's over several months, obviously, but you'll be learning stuff throughout that entire process. So, you know, people that have said, can I shadow you and all this stuff? Well, we're going to use technology to do that. So text SPY to SPY to 205-964-5243. If you want your properties comp beyond these live streams, you can join the Telegram group. Text push to 205-964-5243. You want to build a list of pre-foreclosures, text move to 205-964-5243. And if you want to build a cash buyers list anywhere in the country, prefer them anywhere with phone numbers, see what buyers are paying, so you know how to evaluate your deals, you know what to offer the sellers. Text boss to 205-964-5243. And with that being said, appreciate Torian chipping in with us today. And hopefully this was helpful for you guys. And hopefully I'll get that. I put it out there now. Now y'all putting pressure on me to get the video out there.
I know. They're like, where's the video?
Yeah. So I got to figure out some way for them to send it. Interesting. But yeah, we'll figure that part out of. So with nothing else, we'll see you guys on the FLIP SIDE.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
So you said